Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for joining episode 2 of the Intellect Selectah podcast, brought to you by Balajadia Music. Today we have a very special guest, my friend, my longtime band member, my cousin, Jiu-Jitsu Black Belt, multi-IBJJF champion, Jardon. Half a day, Ray Paul, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? How's it going, Tim?
What's up,
Thanks for
my
having me
brother?
on your show.
Hey, no worries, man. Thanks for joining us in this kind of beta stage, but hey, man, we're gonna rock through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So what's up, my man? Hey, so how's your journey? How's your journey of life going, man?
everything's going good. Just always trying to stay healthy, grateful, and yeah, I just stay clean, staying clean.
Right on, bro. Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for doing this, man. So for the audience members that don't know, um, you are a jujitsu black belt. So before we get
Yes, correct.
into
Yeah.
the jujitsu, I kind of just want to pick your brain on who was Ray Paul before jujitsu. You know?
Hmm. I would say before jujitsu, I was just I was in this program called AmeriCorps. I believe before jujitsu.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked at a place called Impact Today. We basically help like mostly elderly people like learn basic workplace readiness skills and stuff like that, like how to use how to properly like apply for jobs or things like that, like and
Nice.
using just the basic softwares of like um, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
Right
And
on.
then so I was kind of doing that, and I was very active with my my church, um, and I believe around that time before jiu-jitsu I was working at Kicks Hawaii as well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's kind of like my life was just like that kind of thing. There wasn't any like fitness or
So
any kind of.
a lot of work,
Yeah,
not a lot of fulfillment. I'm
yeah,
guessing, because we all do
yeah,
that. We all do the daily grind, and something's missing, and we need projects and stuff to keep us occupied and keep us happy. And that's kind of why I started the podcast too, is because it's a new project, something new, something that I can get into, kind of obsess about, and stuff like that. Yeah, man. So you were doing a bunch of you were helping the elderly, customer
yeah.
service at Kicks Hawaii. Um, yeah, how was the mindset of Ray Paul before jiu-jitsu, man?
Man, I think before I was just living paycheck to paycheck, day by day. Just you know, clock in, clock out, you know, go on that quick break, get back in. Uh, when you finish work, you want to call the boys and hang out and chill, and then do it all over the next day. That's how it was back in those days.
Typical Guam life. Hit the
Yeah, yeah,
beach. Yeah, dude.
yeah. you know,
Tell you what, man, I miss that, bro. Like I'm out here in solitude pretty much. So, but thankfully I have a beautiful family that's around here, and they take care of me. I take care of them. And we're there for each other and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
who got you into jiu-jitsu, dude?
Actually, I think I would say I was first introduced to the people that do jiu-jitsu like Steve Roberto and Roma and all of them through several people. Two of them that first come to mind is Alan Cepeda and Michael Dolash.
Mm-hmm.
That I met Michael Dolash through church, and
Mm-hmm.
he was working at the Fuckeye shop, as
Mm-hmm.
well as my cousin Al. Like he's my primo, and he used to work at the Ganya shop as well.
Amazing
So
guitarist, guys.
so
Amazing
so
guitarist.
so I always would hang with both of them, and then like they would invite me down to the shop, and then I got to meet all the boys, Roman, Steve Roberto, and like just everyone, like
Yeah,
all the
Tone
fuck I familiar.
Anderson. Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
and
boys.
yeah, and then just from there, man, it just it just led me to start training and everything. It actually started because it's interesting because I was in need of a job. I just was in a transition period where I I like was late for work and I got let go from
Mm-hmm.
Kicks Hawaii because I was going through a transition where I was getting a new car. Like
Mm-hmm.
my other car, I had a Tercel, it went down,
Mm.
and so I was in a transition to getting another car. So I had to go through all these like getting the loan sign thing and stuff like that, and had to
Yeah.
take a couple of days off, and then on my next day on, I was late. So yeah. So anyway, I was in need of a job, and then Steve Roberto was the one who he said, "Hey man, dude, I see that you're just hanging out here at the shop, man. If you need some work, we have something for you down at Purebred." So started working the front desk there, and then the rest is history. After 2 months, he
Mm-hmm.
gave me a gi from Claudio Calasanz after he did a seminar shortly after, and after 2 months of working the front at Purebred, I tried my first class.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's just talk about Steve. Steve Roberto, guys. He's a I think he was the pioneer black belt on jiu-jitsu for Guam, and he's from Ensign, Illinois lineage. Is that correct? Or
Yes, yes.
awesome, awesome. And guys, if you guys have a chance to go to Purebred, that's the team that Ray Paul's talking about, and these guys they have hospitality, um, up, you know, just full hospitality for anyone who does seminars. Beautiful people. They'll take care of you. They'll barbecue for you, take you around, make you even use scooters to go and have some wheels. And yeah, man, it's just a beautiful group of people trying to make an impact, a positive impact on Guam. And they've been doing it for several years, and it's kind of one of the reasons why hanging out with those guys like gave me the confidence and the foresight of character to just go and reach beyond what I see. You know what I mean? And I just love those guys, man. Appreciate those guys for sure. So RP, freaking
Yeah, definitely
so you
good
got the
people.
gi, you got the gi. You tried how was your first class?
So my first class, man, was like I was just blown away at just like how everything they're teaching really works because prior to jiu-jitsu, when I was only 11 years old, I did Haikido
Mm-hmm.
in Tamuning. I don't know if anyone did Haikido, but my sensei there was Sensei Galarpi, and a lot of the moves that we learned in Aikido, like when I would spar with my cousins
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, like at home or something, my
Mm-hmm.
first cousins, like none of the stuff would really work. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
the concepts kind of made sense of like push pull and stuff like that, but the actual techniques didn't really like weren't really realistic. Like no one's really gonna come at you like showing their throws, like how
Mm-hmm.
they demonstrated and practice it, but
Yeah.
there is some good concepts in the art, but yeah, so when I saw the realness of jujitsu and like how it's like real like works and for self-defense and like combative,
Mm-hmm.
um then I was like, man, I want to learn this is the real stuff.
Definitely. And at that time, who was on the forefront of jiu-jitsu at that time? I know what year was that?
um when I started,
Yeah.
I started work at Purebred 2010 November,
Mm-hmm.
and I started my first class January in the new year, to 2011.
Awesome. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm very interested in um your obsession with jujitsu. And for those in the audience who don't know what jujitsu is, it's a martial art where they use leverage and framing from your bone structure to manipulate your attacker. Um, a lot of it is on the ground, but there is some stand up stuff too. And I highly encourage anyone who's interested to listen to this podcast and hear Ray Paul's journey because it's pretty fascinating, to be honest. So you got the first gi, you did your training. Were you obsessed with it right after, or did it take some time?
No, I would say after my first class, I think I was already hooked. I think like like I said, man, like when I saw its effectiveness and how efficient like the techniques were that they were teaching, I was like, this is something I gotta like. I want more of it. I want to learn more of this, because this is not no Krav Maga or like
Hmm.
some like and then the guy falls. It's like this is real, like the
Yeah,
guy's really trying to beat your ass, trying to kill you, trying to choke you, and like he can't escape your side. There's just that feeling of like the technique working, being so effective, and like I think that's really just what keeps me just like excited to go. It's just the fact it's like kind of like drumming, like
hmm,
you can be good at drumming, but you'll never learn everything. Like you'll never. So just the fact that
hmm.
there's always the next learning curve to reach, like it just keeps you wanting to go.
Definitely, dude. Freaking yeah. I want to talk to you about music and stuff, but let's stay on this jujitsu journey and go into um what it takes. What kind of mind does it take? I mean, I know you're getting validation by doing the techniques shown by Steve Roberto, and he's very thorough. So I love his
Oh,
techniques.
very very excellent instruction. Very very
Yeah,
very very great instruction. Yeah,
yeah, he's
probably
very.
like the greatest. Yeah.
It's extremely it's extremely nice to watch when you guys do those purebred videos and the technique videos because it's pretty cool because you feel like I don't know, I grew up on like Street Fighter and stuff like that, and I was fascinated with Bruce Lee growing up, and of course all the Van Damme movies, all the Steven Seagal movies. I thought that was pretty cool. And
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris was, yeah, he was popping back then, dude. um but yeah, like just to be fascinated with martial arts. For me, when
Yeah.
I was I'm speaking of martial arts, I'm more fascinated about the character building and the once again the obsession. So what was that pivotal turn from the old Ray Paul to this obsessive beast that just wins
Oh. Mm.
championships over and
Oh
over
yeah,
again?
I think it was just comp like when I first tried my first comp. I
Hmm.
think I was like, wow, because like my first comp at white belt, I was like so nervous. I didn't know anything that was going on. I was so insecure, and I was like, but then I just trusted
Hmm.
like my training partners and my coaches,
Hmm.
and I just like kept listening to their voice like in every
Hmm.
match, like what they were coaching, what they were saying, like put your foot on his hip, do
Hmm.
this, and everything I did like to listen to them,
Hmm.
they pretty much led me to the victory, and it was just
Beautiful.
so awesome just to have that. And I think that just that whole like connection with your
Hmm.
team, like I think that's what really keeps me,
Yeah,
like
that's
wanting to
beautiful,
do.
man.
Yeah.
So you got the job at Purebred, and at that time was it in Harmon or was it in Anigua at that time?
uh it was in Anigua. It was in Anigua when I first started, and then we had two locations. We were still in Anigua, and then we had another one in Dededo.
Hmm.
And then the Anigua one we closed down. Then we're up in Dededo, and then we moved to the Cliff Hotel. And then from there now we're at um, our current location at Synergy in the heart of Agana.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
man. Dude, I miss you guys over there, man.
Yeah.
You know, so after you did you win that first tournament? You got the gold?
Yes. Um, at my first tournament, no, I didn't.
Okay.
My first tournament at white belt, man, I remember it. My finals match, I ended up with silver. So on the last finals match, I lost by I believe points, and I almost got armbarred. But like my coaches were right there, like guiding me through the match, like posture, stack it, pull your arm out, shake it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to escape the submission, not get sub, but I still lost by points on that match. But
Okay.
yeah, it was a great first tournament. It was a great experience for me.
And yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, I did a one tournament out here in Orlando under the Marcio Cruz family flag. And man, I'll tell you, like it's crazy, dude. No matter how hard you try to stay calm, dude, like when you get in there, it's a fight, and people are watching you, and it's hard to stay focused. So for you to be coachable through those times, especially as a white belt, it's got to be a coach's dream for sure. Even though you just got silver, but at least you hit the podium. I didn't get submitted, but I lost by points in the first round, so I didn't get to move on. But I can honestly attest how hard it is. It's very stimulating because you work so hard throughout the whole year for this tournament,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
for you to come up, short. I'm pretty sure. What did you take out of that?
I think just like anything, it's the losses that make us better. It's what happens after the tournament that matters most. Like whether you win or whether you lose or whether you get the results that you want, you gotta remember why you're doing it. Are you doing it just for that one event, or for that one day, or
Mm-hmm.
is this something that you really love to do? So, and yeah, so like win or lose, just get back to training. Just treat it regular. Just treat it like a quiz
Mm-hmm.
and then like the bigger tournament, the real huge big tournaments, like the tests, right? So
Definitely.
like sometimes some people take tests like 4 or 5 times and fail, and then on the fifth one they get it. So
Mm-hmm.
just keep going back. Just keep going back to training. Keep going back and study your errors in your match. That
Mm-hmm.
are the things. Watch your match, review your match, and see what errors that you can clean up on, are different transitions where you made a mistake, where you let the opponent close the distance on you, or
Mm-hmm.
just different things that you can fix from your mistakes in your losses in your last match or last competition. I think those are the most important things, is to um, like approach it in a way that's like you're you're being honest with yourself. You're not
Mm-hmm.
just like saying like, oh man, the ref, dude, I
Mm-hmm.
lost. I should have got this or that. Like, no, you're just like, next time I'm not gonna leave it to the ref. Next time I'm gonna put those extra reps after class every day and make it a point so my game would be unstoppable.
Yeah. And
I'm
that
gonna put in the
that could
work.
apply to life too. For all the people out there who's not into martial arts, that's seven times get up eight. Just like the Japanese proverb. Um, I also just quickly, what did you learn when of course you won multiple tournaments. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I want to go straight to what did you learn achieving your black belt?
You know what? First of all, it's still a big shock. It's a big surprise. Uh, and I think now that I'm black belt, I feel like a white belt. I feel like it's just a whole new phase of me where I'm just like starting going back, to like just that learning new leadership roles, learning new ways to to just it's like I reach a different age. I finished the next stage, starting right back white. So that's how I guess it feels right now. But I'm still excited, looking forward to upcoming tournaments as soon as all this coronavirus and stuff clears out. So hopefully, man, I can get at least one international tournament this year. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Like honestly, You're very close to me. You're one of my best friends, cousins, homies, brothers. Let's transition. So let's recap. So you became more of a student at Blackbelt. Is that correct?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
Because now it's like I have to improve on the listening skills. I have to improve
mhm,
on the gentle skills, on the
mhm,
kindness, on the person to person skills. So
mhm.
it's a lot. It's a challenge. It's a different
Yeah.
challenge, but I like it.
So it's like
Yeah.
you know, you moved into kind of like a mentor position, and you had to like reanalyze your techniques, which takes time, so that you can explain it to these younger jujitsu players, and that's kind of what I did when I started teaching little kids how to, you know, use their voice and record them and stuff like that. I had to really analyze what do I do correctly, and how can I translate that efficiently and effectively towards someone that doesn't have that particular knowledge. And it's a journey, man, and I applaud you for that. You're one of the most humble guys I've ever met in my life,
Yeah.
and let's talk a little bit about music, and let's see how your character from jujitsu translated into your discipline in music. So you're a drummer, Ray Paul. You're definitely one of the
Mm.
baddest drummers I've ever experienced, and I've ever played with. I know.
No, no, no,
No, seriously, man. Like,
no,
because
man.
it takes, yeah, anybody can hold a 1 2 3 4, but when you have a person like me who's not very structured, and you're able to still play emotionally, I think that is a very very uncommon skill that most people can't do. So um, how has music impacted your life?
Music, man. I think music is like one of the first things that like hit me uh as far as like things like following your passions and things you love.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I first um hit a hit a drum set, I think I was 11 years old. It was my uncle's drum set on New Year's, and they were just making a bunch of noise, banging out just guitar and drums.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got on for one of their songs, and I was able to play along. And they were like, "Wow, we should get you a drum set," you know. And then from there, it's just history. So
That's
yeah,
freaking awesome, dude.
yeah,
So your uncle got you into drumming. You got
yeah.
drums from your uncle. Were you
No,
playing?
I just drummed on his set. Yeah,
Oh, you
I was just
drummed on
drumming
his
on
set.
his. Yeah, it was a New Year's like gathering, and I he set up his set with my uncle on guitar, and they were just banging out for New Year's. And then one of the songs, there wasn't he wasn't drumming. I guess he was on a break or something, and
Mm-hmm.
I just got on it and started drumming along. And um, from there, my parents, my mom was like, "Dude, we got to get him a drum set," you know.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah,
know,
and I was like 12, 11, 12.
for people who want to be a drummer, or let's just say who want to get into drumming. I mean, you're doing four things at once, dude. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty crazy what you have to, your muscle memory, everything like that. I mean, it's a lot harder than writing a song, singing a couple syllables, and jamming on the guitar. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to, applaud you for that, because you've been doing this for so long, and um,
Mm-hmm.
I always talk about moving into mastery, and yet here you are, with the same amount of
I'm so
time
embarrassed now that you say
that
that, man.
it's pretty crazy, man.
I should be way better. I suck, dude.
You know.
I should be way better for the amount of years I've been playing, but I suck. But, but I love it. But I love music. I have fun with it, and I think that's the main thing is that I'm trying to just clean up on the basics of it. Like maybe I can't be the most craziest technical drummer, but as long as I can be a drummer that keeps time and keeps the band together. And like at least I can be that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's always a goal to kind of reach.
Yeah, man. There's always a goal to reach. And it never ends. It's one of those. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always a goal that you're trying to reach. Like with drumming, you can never like learn everything. Like you may
Mm-hmm.
have the baddest rolls, but then you lack in the lats and timing, or something. There's
Yeah,
always something next to learn. So yeah, so I think that's what really makes me love music and jujitsu is the fact that you know you're always gonna have a next challenge.
definitely. And when I talk about moving into mastery, a lot of people they get me wrong, dude. What I'm saying is you have to move like you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you're running around with your head cut off and you're not confident in yourself, you're not going to get the job done. You know what I mean? And that's what I typically
Hmm.
mean about moving in mastery and
Oh,
mastering your
structure,
craft.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
Mm.
after years and years, I mean, you've been doing this for 10 plus years, just as I have. I mean, we know a couple things, but we don't know everything. But I find that if I hold
Hmm.
on to my confidence, I can actually catapult myself further along the journey. You know what I mean?
Yes, perfect practice makes perfect. Yeah,
Definitely, definitely.
preparation is key. Preparation is key.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, definitely,
you're
bro.
you're a
Agree.
spiritual guy, dude. Let's talk about your spiritual journey. Were you always so strong in your faith?
No, I think honestly, my backbone of my faith, I think, has to do with my grandmother. She
Mm-hmm.
is a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
and she was an intercessory prayer warrior. So basically, her job in the church or her ministry in the church was to pray.
Mm-hmm.
And like she would always pray for me, like literally, I'll be like, sometimes like, how did this happen in my life or this happened in my life? And then
Mm-hmm.
my grandma would come to mind and be like, I know it's my grandma praying for me. Thank you, God,
Definitely.
like, because like there's a lot of things that like I got rescued from or saved from or um just like protected from.
Mm-hmm.
And there's uh like what I thought was like something that was like, why am I going through this? Why am I going through this? Was
Mm-hmm.
actually like a blessing.
Definitely,
So
man.
and I know that's prayers from
Yeah.
yeah.
And like for me,
Like never in life, into the light.
yeah, definitely prayer, man. Prayer works, especially if you have big goals, man. There's only one thing to fall back on, and that's your faith and your higher being and everything. And it's just one thing about falling back on your faith is that when you're trying to extend yourself and trying to reach something that's not seen. I mean, you really do have to hold on to your faith so that you can keep going, because otherwise you're just gonna fall into the self doubt. You're gonna fall into the negative self talk, and you know,
Yeah.
one thing I can always do is call you up, and you always put me in check, dude. And it's backed by
Yeah.
scripture, and I really appreciate that about you, man. What church you go to back home, man?
I attend Every Nation Guam. Uh, they're located in Dedado.
Nice, nice. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, dude, once again, Repal, let's take this opportunity to kind of share what you got going on, share your socials. Where can people follow you? I'm pretty sure that you're going to inspire a lot of people that have to do with music, jujitsu, or faith. Where can they catch you at, man?
So if you want to reach me, you can reach me at Raypal Jardon on Facebook as well as RP Jardon on Instagram.
Awesome, man. Hey, thank you so much, RP. We'll have you back on again, and we'll go in depth. Once again, you are listening to the Intellect Selectah podcast brought to you by Tim Balajadia Music. Thank you so much, Ray Paul, for joining us on this episode. and go listen to Melody Bell. Melody Bell. Check them out.
Melody Bell.
And God bless
Our
you,
buttercake. Buttercake.
Buttercake. God bless you, Ray Paul. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tim. It was a pleasure to be on your podcast. Shoot.
Shoot, brother. Take it easy.
Shoot.